Let us look at Vim Macros. The dot repeat command can repeat only the last change. Also, it gets overwritten with every change. Instead, if you use the Q command, you can record a sequence of commands and execute them later whenever you need. You can also make it recursive, add a count prefix, combine it with command line mode commands, and so on. It is very powerful indeed. With so many built-in features, sometimes it might become difficult to choose. I prefer using the substitute command over macros if both of them can be used for a given problem, especially if the processing does not require multiple lines to be considered at once for the solution. That said, macros are definitely more flexible and have an inherent advantage of being able to integrate numerous Vim commands. You can go through the help topics 10.1 for user manual for record and playback commands, and you can go through complex repeat for reference manual for queue and related commands. Let us look at a rough overview of macro usage. Detailed examples will be discussed later. So there are 5 steps. To start the recording, you have to press Q. So this is in normal mode, by the way. Then you can use any alphanumeric character as a register to store the recording. So let's say you choose the alphabet A. After that, you can execute the command sequence to accomplish the required task. Once that is done, press Q again to stop the recording. To apply this macro elsewhere, you have to use at followed by the register you used in step 2. So A in this case. You can give a count prefix. So for example, 5 at A will execute the macro 5 times. Once you have executed a macro, you can use at to repeat that macro henceforth. So let us look at a very simple example to show these steps. So I'm going to delete this command. I'm going to delete this line and then paste it. So this line will come below this line. So I'm going to use the letter A to record it. So let's follow the steps. Q and then A. So you can see recording will appear in the command line area, and then we need to execute the commands to accomplish the required task. So I'm going to press DD. So that line is deleted, and now if I use P, that line will be pasted. So basically, when you execute the macro on a particular line, it will be moved one line down. So our task is completed. We need to press Q to stop the recording, and you can see that recording message is not present anymore. So the recording is done. Now if I execute the macro on this line, then this will go below this line. So how to do that? We'll press at A. Let us quickly see an example with count prefix. So on this line, I'm going to press 2 at A. So this line should move below this line. So that is, you're effectively moving this line 2 times in the downward direction. So 2 at A. Let's undo that. Note that these registers are shared across recording, delete, and yank commands. You will see how this helps to modify a recording in later examples. But you should also be careful not to mix them if you want separate recording and paste use cases. Also, as we saw earlier in the normal mode chapter, using uppercase registers will append to existing content in lowercase registers.